Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 11th of August 2025. So, big week for bullion, Bitcoin, black gold, big caps, bonds, yields as the dollar dumps during last week. Tariffs, exemptions, 401ks, and Russia ruled the week's move. And of course, it's dominated the weekend as well with potential peace talks between Putin, Zelensky, and Trump. We'll see what happens. It's supposed to take place in Alaska. Stocks bid and bonds hit ahead of US CPI and possible Trump-Putin meeting. And if we have a look at this week's economic news, we'll see that we've got, just find it, there we go. We have the US CPI numbers out on Tuesday, tomorrow. They're coming out and they're forecast to be slightly higher as far as the month-on-month is concerned. That's going to be forecast, or it's forecast lower, but the year-on-year is at 2.8. So that's the main economic news this week. It's a very sparse week as far as economic news is concerned. And of course, last week we saw the UK drop rates here. So yeah, a sparse week. Market's going to have to find other news to move high, whether it's the tariff deals that are still trickling in, and also of course, the potential peace and the end of the Russia-Ukraine war, which of course will send the market ballistic to the upside if that is the case. But don't hold your breath, as the elites love war and the markets love war as well. So let's have a look. Let's catch up, see what happened during last week, and kick off with the Dow. So the tariffs the week before sending the markets lower. And then, of course, last week we see the market finding support and starting to move back to the upside. What I'm looking for here is how much strength the market's got to get back to the upside. So I'm just going to put some fibs in there from this high down to this low. And you can see that we're already through 38.50 and struggling now to try and get through 62. The market traded to this, but has found some selling. It needs to drive through this. Like I say, the only thing on the cards at the moment is the prospect of a ceasing of the war between Russia and Ukraine. 30-minute chart for Friday. You can see the market up, then the cash market opened, bringing prices back down. We had an initial burst there, and then it continued to the upside. Needs to get back above Friday's high in order to move higher. So the market's turning around a bit there from the week before when the tariffs were implemented. And in the German DAX, this too moving back up all of last week as well, having broken out of that sideways move to the downside. We had a couple of days to the down Friday, followed by a reversal on Monday of last week, and now moving back to the upside. The all-time high is 24,644. This needs to be taken out in order to move higher. There you can see on Friday prices down. They then consolidated, moved sideways to higher. Then we had news, and then the US cash markets opening, prices moving up. And in order to continue this rise, we need to close above the high of Friday there. And in the S&P 500, the all-time high back on the cards here as well. A week of green bars moving the market back to the upside. 30-minute charts, you can see the electronic market up. We then had a bit of a shakeout beforehand, and then the cash market driving prices higher. We need to get through the high and stay above. The moment, obviously, the market's moved higher overnight on the prospect of a ceasefire between Russia and the Ukraine. But at the moment, because there's no other news coming out, the market's just pulling back a bit there. UK, you can see that again we've got the all-time high of 9,100. Market traded back towards it, but pulled back a bit on Thursday and Friday of last week. Market needs to get back above this in order to have another go at that 9,100, which I suspect it will do. Depends on the US CPI numbers tomorrow, but they'll probably just be discounted anyway if they come out higher than forecast. There is a rumour that there are going to be a 50% basis cut in US rates next month in the US. It's as if Jerome Powell has been holding back but there is speculation at the moment that there could be a 50 basis point cut. We'll just have to wait and see. It's not that far away, and the market will be ignited by that if it does. That's for sure. So back to the FT100, just sideways on Friday there as the market traded sideways and didn't react too brilliantly to the day before when the rates were cut by the Bank of England there as well. You can see there the market just dropping and then staying down, managing to rally back with the US. So an unusual picture. They think that have taken advantage and moved prices to the upside, but they didn't. So in the US dollar, at the moment we can see that we've got prices moving lower for last week. We had a spike up over the weekend, and the market now making its way back to the downside. This is for, let me just double check this. What's the date for this? This is Monday the 11th. Yeah, so overnight prices have spiked and now dropping down there as well. So that's going to have an impact on the metals. So let's have a look at those as well. So looking at silver, it's certainly moved to the downside, but it's come off those lows and moving back to the upside at the moment. And there you can see that's overnight coming back off Friday's low there at the moment. Bit of buying around. But Friday of last week, the market just stuck in a sideways range. This spike is to do with some clarification that's required with regard to Switzerland receiving a tariff of 39%, I think it is, on the 400 kilo bars of gold. And that needs clarification, which is why you're seeing that bit of spike. And if we have a look at the gold price, you'll see this spiking to the upside as well on Friday, but down overnight because, again, clarification is required on that tariff deal. You can see there that spike, and that's when they were saying, hang on a minute, we'll get further clarification for this. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's actually dropped, to be honest with you. It's just to do with the 400 kilo gold bars though. So look at the gold silver ratio for the last week, and as we look here we can see that the gold silver ratio has been moving to the downside, and hopefully that will remain the case for those that hold silver at the moment as prices try and move higher against the current gold price, which is stuck in a sideways range there. Okay, let's have a quick look, see what's happening overnight. I don't have a recording for Friday as I was away, so let's just take a quick look and see how things are overnight. Very quiet at the moment. Let's just compress the chart, see where we are as far as the big numbers are concerned. That's the low and the high. We're closer to the high than we are the actual low at the moment. And as I say, the market making its way back to that all-time high. Obviously waiting for those CPI numbers tomorrow. But at the moment, stuck in a bit of a range there, as you can see. Not a lot happening at all. And also, of course, we're now into the thick of the 6-week school holidays, so traders away as we head towards September. It's only the second week of August, so a lot can happen in between. Like I say, keep an eye on the situation with Russia and Ukraine, and whether Trump can pull this deal off and actually stop the war, or whether it actually goes ahead as well. Who knows? But yeah, keep an eye on that one. Just if you're long, if you're short, and that sort of news comes out of nowhere, it's going to send the market vertical. So just keep that on the back burner. Right, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens during today and this coming week. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.